Damian Priest said a few weeks back that he's tired of seeing a lot of the same people in the top spot. It's the same people over and over again. Counterpoint to what he said, I think we all can agree that we've seen a fast flux of these new talent kind of taking the ball and going with it. You know, Trick Williams, Oba, Carmelo, and Fatal Influence, who night one, as you know, NXT crowds and WWE crowds don't always transcend fully, and they hit it out of the park first night. How secure do you feel with this current generation going forward? Because we are seeing that changing of the guard right now.
Yeah, look, I get that. If you're the guy that wants to take the spot, it's frustrating when there's guys above you that have the spot, right? Like, and that's the thing. We're in a period of time where there's a lot of top performers in top spots that over time have earned those spots and over time are selling tickets and over time are incredibly popular, right? So you really have to do something. The narrative of it's my turn. I've been here for a while. It's my turn. There are no turns. It's not how it works. It's not how it works. You're in the spot. Believe me, if somebody is getting over more than somebody else, we've moved that person into the spot, move the other person down. But it's not just that. It's not just and they get a loud crowd reaction or anything else. Are they going to be good in the spot? Are they going to hold up their end of the bargain? Are they going to screw it up if we give it to them? Are they going to make a mistake that we regret giving them? There's all those things factored in. The right human being in the right position, all those things factor in. And I love the fact that sometimes talent are like, well, it's frustrating or whatever. Like, great. That means work harder. Work harder. Get yourself there. Figure it out. Figure the way. Figure how it gets done. I've seen a million talent succeed because of what they do, not because of storyline, not because of creative. They gave them the spot or whatever. Right? It's 99% of the time in this business, the person gets over, then gets the push. Right? That's how it works. That's how it's supposed to work. You go do you. Then we follow it. Right? Because otherwise, most of the time, they will joke on it. If it's not.
What's good, people? You guys heard what it is there. Triple H responding to Damian Priest comments. I'm paraphrasing, but more or less, hey, the same guys. It's a revolving door at the top of the card, which that's been a narrative going way back in wrestling, and it's very often true at times. Let me know if you believe that it's true now, but the comments there at the tail end, right, where he said, Triple H said, most of the guys, it's, what do you say, like 99.9%, they did that. They put in that work. They got over, not because they were put in a particular storyline. And, it's got to organically work out where someone gets over, then we give them the push. And it's like, when you really break all this down, first off, I want to say, I wonder if some of this is personal at all in any way, right? Because Damian Priest is a guy that personally, you guys remember when he got the big belt, and I say the big belt, obviously the title we all called the big belt doesn't exist anymore, but one of the world titles or universal titles or heavyweight titles, obviously each brand has a guy at the top of the card. I forget what they're all called now or at certain points in times or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But y'all know what I mean, right? I was surprised when they put it on him. I didn't see it coming, but I believe it was at a WrestleMania, right? Or right after it or whatever. I can't remember exactly when it was, but I remember being surprised that they went there and then it ending quick. Comment and let me know if my recollection is correct or not. But I just wonder if any of this is personal, like things that Triple H knows for certain Damian Priest has said about his own situation that Triple H is responding from a sense, speaking directly to Damian Priest at all, like, hey, it's not just your turn, which that's kind of asinine, right? I don't think anyone thinks just because you've been in the business for a certain amount of time, like, let's say, for instance, a jobber. How about Barry Horowitz, right? He was on the card forever. It doesn't mean or the Brooklyn Brawler, although the Brawler did get a world title shot once at MSG when he won a battle royal. I think it was at a house show. You know, them MSG house shows always meant something. But I mean, things were limited for them. And what I'm saying when I'm saying this is, again, it's asinine. I don't think anyone in the business or a fan just thinks, hey, seniority, it's their turn. I mean, come on, fuck up out of here with that. And back to the whole, it's not the storyline, it's the guys getting themselves over, and then we give them a push. I mean, to some extent, everything Triple H said is true, but in a way, it's all false as well, if you want to break everything down like we're doing. And again, everyone out there, if you're new over here to WrestleQuest, make sure to subscribe, like the video, but more importantly, let me know your breakdown of this. Tap in. But like, no, a storyline can, at sometimes, I don't want to say make or break someone, right? But it's the difference in sometimes between someone just being a solid worker that no one notices or a superstar. Although I guess superstar ain't the right word to use, right? Because that was the generic WWE terminology at one point in time for any talent. But being the next big thing, in a way, if you really want to look at it like that. And to be honest, this brings us back over to the whole thing about they don't let wrestlers cook anymore. Everything's way too scripted. You know what I mean? They need to get back to the days of letting individuals just say what they got to say at times, see what they can do when given the opportunity, and pitching ideas, and maybe we'll do this or that, and seeing what they got with someone instead. It's just writers, scripted. It's just, we talk about the organic way of things. The wrestling business is just so unorganic these days. It's like WWE specifically. It's like, come on, man, what are we talking about? I mean, you know what I'm saying? If there's guys that get over and never truly get a chance to see what you got with them. But, you know, it's no breaking news that politics, who you know, someone rises, someone's got to fall. You know, everyone is, it's a cutthroat business. This, we all know, but some people got to get a chance at some point in time. See what you got with somebody, you know? So, and how about that comment he made too about essentially like motivation for people, you know, like that things being so tough the way they are, or tough ain't the right word, but, you know, motherfuckers are going to bust their ass hoping they get that spot. It can become demotivating in a sense too. I mean, we've seen a lot of guys that just, how many times have we seen people go over to AEW or somewhere else and they're just like, yo, in WWE, and it's someone you see who's wild talented and shining like a motherfucker wherever they're at, and in WWE they're like, I just kind of thought it ran its course. They stuck me in a certain part of the card and I didn't move up, I didn't move down, I was just right there, and that's what it was always going to be. And we've seen that time in and time out, you know. So I don't know, kind of some interesting comments made there. And it's interesting to me that Damian Priest said this. Where did he say this at? It's wild, you know, because everything is so controlled in WWE. But comment what you think about it all. Creative, you know, guys not getting a chance. I will say this, they're talking about people moving up and down the card and where all that. I feel like NXT, because they threw some names out there. Who did they mention? Carmelo and Oba. I feel like all of us can kind of agree, man. Oba is just like, I don't know. It's like they booked him so well, but fucked up so much at the same time. But then we just seen this passing of the torch moment with Brock Lesnar, and I don't know, everyone's friends. That was the kind of thing I kept hearing a lot of people say about SummerSlam. Everybody's friends. Everybody's friends. There's no intensity anymore, man. People bust my balls about being an Ahmed Johnson fan and being pro River powerhouse while cats are out here trying to lie on him. Like, come on, man. Ahmed had real intensity. You just don't see that anymore. But last point I want to make, what I was just saying prior to that, is guys not moving up the card. Like, has NXT been the same for quite some time? Like, have they not been moving people up? I don't know, man. WWE just, what they're doing, I mean, now that they're this big corporate giant and entity, all they really care about is the bottom line, the money, and obviously it's a business, money matters, but there's a lot that's not working, and they're just not really making attempts to change it. But us as fans, a lot of us still support it to a degree, you know. So it's like they care, but they don't care. I don't know. It's just so different these days, man. I don't know, man. I'm kind of talking in circles on this one too, just like Triple H was on that clip there, which I want to point out that wasn't the full clip, y'all. There was more there. That was just a brief piece that we snatched up. So with that being said, I'm going to end this. Look forward to hearing from you guys in the comments. New viewers, please subscribe to WrestleQuest, but come talk with me. That's the important part. I'm gone.